Customer success metrics. Where to start? Well, for one, they're the backbone of any thriving customer success strategy. Because, as you know, successful businesses aren't just bothered with selling and then waving goodbye. Good business is about forging lasting, beneficial relationships with your customers. But without knowing how your CS strategy is faring, how your customers are actually doing, there isn't much point in your efforts if you don't have the data to back your progress up. The metrics used to measure customer success are the cogs that propel the customer success machine. Without them, you're looking at an uphill struggle. While customer success should be rooted in empathy and led by a human touch, it needs to be led by data. And what's the bridge between empathy and data analysis? Metrics. Metrics allow you to see if you're on the right track. Metrics are like a CSM's personal GPS, guiding you through the twists and turns of a customer's journey. And anyone who's had conversations with their leadership team will know that to show the value of customer success, you've got to have the data to back up the goods. So let's take a look at some of the core metrics you should be paying attention to. When someone's service contract has expired, do they renew? When they need another similar product, do they buy it from you? Asking these questions is vital, and capturing this data is even more so. The better your repeat purchase rate, or RPR, the more success your customers are having with your products or services. To calculate your RPR, you'll need two things: the total number of customers over the period you're measuring, and the total number of those customers who've made a repeat purchase within that timescale. You then divide the number of customers who made a repeat purchase by the total number of customers you've had. For example, if you had 1,000 customers and 500 made repeat purchases, then your RPR would be 0.5, and 50% of your customers would have made repeat purchases. Of course, this is just a simple example. An RPR of 50% would be insanely high. So what actually makes a good RPR? Annoyingly, this depends on your industry and type of product, so there isn't one fixed answer. Now on to customer lifetime value. Customer lifetime value, or CLV, or CLTV, is another important metric. It quite literally tells you how much a customer is worth to you for the entire time they spend with your business, their lifetime. CLV can give you two important pieces of information: the average length of a relationship with a customer and how much your business can expect to earn from them per year. To calculate the CLV, you need to find out three things: what the annual revenue is from a customer, how long you've been doing business with them, and how much it costs to acquire them. Once you've figured that out, you can multiply the annual revenue per customer by the relationship length and then subtract the cost of acquiring them. One important thing to remember is that the CLV for a customer can be a little fluid. Their value will likely change in a year's time, so make sure to calculate it regularly. Customer retention rate is a similar metric to repeat purchase rate, but is more applicable to businesses selling ongoing services like a subscription. Let's say you start the year with 100 customers, but lose 25 along the way. You have a 75% retention rate. Of course, this doesn't take into account new clients you've accumulated over the year, which will in turn affect the overall retention rate. In fact, the value of retention rate is so significant that it embodies the basic singular truth in customer success: that it's far cheaper to keep existing customers than to seek new ones. By increasing retention by merely 5%, you can expect to see profits rise from 25% to 95%. I mean, what's not to like about those figures? And speaking of subtraction, here's another key metric you want to know about: the Net Promoter Score. Put simply, your Net Promoter Score, or NPS, is a simple case of good minus bad. Customers are usually presented with a scale between 1 to 10 and can choose a score that represents their likelihood of recommending your product or service to others. You can ask something like, on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend this product to a friend or colleague? For those who vote 9 to 10, they're your promoters. Those who score between 6 to 8, they're more of a passive customer who isn't likely to recommend your brand. Now, the dreaded detractors are categorized with a score of 0 to 5. You want to change this number ASAP. To work out your Net Promoter Score, you simply subtract the number of detractors from your promoters. Simple enough, right? Now onto your customer health score. Your customer health score allows you to measure how likely your customer is at risk of leaving your business. CSM uses this metric to monitor the state of their customer and assess the probability of contributing to churn. Essentially, it determines whether the customer is healthy or at risk, which makes it a good metric to calculate before the fate of the customer is too late. No company will measure its customer health score in the same way, but that's okay. It's simply a way to combine and analyze all key aspects of customer engagement. For example, your customer health score will examine how frequently your customer is using your product or service, reflect the depth of which your product or service is being used, and look at how many people are using your product or service. Now on to monthly or annual recurring revenue. Monthly or annual recurring revenue. Your MRR or ARR is a predicted value of what your business will financially make over the course of a month or a year. Let's say your service had 500 subscribers and you were charging them $20 per month. Your monthly recurring revenue will be $10,000. Word to the wise, if you widely overestimate your MRR or ARR and significantly underachieve on your predicted targets, this can negatively affect your relationship with any investors and the view on the business or even the legitimacy of your business. Well, that wraps up this video on customer success metrics. Once you start seeing the data and having an idea of what works and what doesn't for your business, you'll be able to adapt your customer success strategy more efficiently. Don't rely on internal assumptions when it comes to customer success. It's important to back it up with data. If you found this useful, remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you're still itching to know more about metrics, we've got a whole library worth of metrics resources for you over our website. We've got articles, podcasts, ebooks, reports, templates, you name it. Dive in and expand your customer success knowledge. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.